Hello and welcome back to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So this is the second of the two cars I bought last time. This is the Bolthorn Grand Mojave Storm, which I guess is the high-end version of this car. Now, I am reasonably pleased with how it looks. A lot of the in-game base game cars have this digital camouflage as an option, and I fooled around with the colors a bit, and like I said, I'm reasonably pleased with how it looks. The rims, I'm not too sure if I like how those are. Now, this car has a supercharged V8 engine in it, and it has an absolutely insane amount of horsepower, 1,246 horsepower, and this is not even an all-wheel drive vehicle. It's only a two-wheel drive, which is frankly nuts. No, I don't. Where's that thing that shows you the? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is what I wanted. So you see here, it's just rear wheel drive. There's no front wheel drive in this thing, and it's crazy. It's with that much horsepower, you have to have slick tires, and that's pointless in a vehicle like this, really. So I realized as I was doing it that this is the kind of car that I personally don't really like at all. It's like the high-end luxury SUV that never goes anywhere. I mean, it's like a soccer mom car for people with too much money. And so, yeah, I've never done it before, and that's fine. But I definitely don't want to keep it. It's 200 and something grand, 235 grand. So I mean, it's not a bad payday, but it's definitely not a car I think I will bother with again. Now I did some readjustments, and I want to show you guys level 2, or I guess level 1 now, because level 0 is the first level. And level 2 is complete now with collector cars. Okay, so this is these are also fully complete. I had some junker cars in here, got everything out. It happens that a lot of more or less classic cars ended up here. Like this is an early model Corvette. I didn't mean to do that. Chevy Corvette. So there's two of these cars in here. This is a 370Z. This is the first car that I actually bought from the salon, the dealership showroom floor. Now notice that the restoration bonus is 0. Salon cars come 100% perfect, except that they are only done with stock parts. And I had to disassemble the engine completely to put in performance parts. So that's another one I wouldn't really recommend doing unless you find a car in the salon that you really want. And then we have, this is a carbon fiber Delorean. The engine, of course, is in the back, I don't think. Yeah, and this one has a V12. It has the bonkers V12 engine in it. Not really drivable, but it looks cool, so I kept it. It's a black carbon fiber DeLorean. This is a Mclaren P1, I think. Yes. I've had this mod downloaded forever, and this is the first one I have ever found. And I decided I'm not really into the kind of the swoopy looking supercar, sport car look, but this one I decided I liked, and I decided to keep it because I have almost never seen, I literally have never seen it until I found this one. And this Corvette is the same model Corvette as that one down there, but this is actually a different mod. This one says Corvette C1, and this one has different body parts. I don't think that one down there actually has the option of doing the hardtop. It's just a convertible. This one has the hardtop and convertible parts as options. And I decided to keep one of each so I could have the different examples. They're slightly different. The most obvious thing is, like, if you look at this Corvette badge on the front here, see how it's black and white? And if we come down here to look at this one, the Corvette emblem is in color. It's got colored flags. That's about the only really obvious difference between the two of them that I noticed. But I liked them both, so I kept them. This is the Chevy Nomad. This is the stock Chevy Nomad V8. And this one is just a cool car. I kept it because I remember Tool Time Not Tool Time, Home Improvement. Remember that they had a Chevy Nomad on there that Tim destroyed? And this car, this one I just like. I like the look of it with the big fins and everything. It has I think a 2-carb V8 in it. Yeah. I think I keep hitting that photo mode. I think it has engine options. Yeah, you can put the supercharged V8 in here, but of course that you have to use a different hood because it'll clip through this hood. And this is the Mercedes SLS. This is probably the most modern car that's in this section. This one, when the Mercedes DLC came out, I found one of these fairly early on, and I rebuilt it and sold it, and then it took me months to find another one. And so when I found this one, I kept it. Somewhere in this structure I have the other, because this has gull-wing doors, and I have the other Mercedes, I think the 300 or whatever it is, that also has gull-wing doors, and I wanted to kind of get both of them together. This is my Skyline, which you'd seen before. I moved it here, and this is the Plymouth Fury that I did, which is here now. This is a standard Delorean. I also have a Time Machine Delorean somewhere else. I've got to try and shuffle these cars around so that the Deloreans are together and the Mercedeses are together. And then I have these here are actually kind of like old high school friends of mine. The classic RX-7 and then the Fairlady Z. This is a Japanese version because it has the right-hand steering wheel. And I had a 240Z, which is the US model. This is the Japanese Fairlady Z. And they did it as a 432, the modder did. And that was an extremely rare version that Nissan did, or Datsun did back in the day. I think they did like 400 of them maybe. Don't quote me on that. I looked up the number and I have forgotten what it was now. But they did a tiny number of actual 432 versions of the car, which had a dual overhead cam straight 6 engine. The standard Fairlady Z had a single overhead cam. And this is of course the dual overhead cam engine. But this is a cool little car because I used to have a 240Z back in the day, and this one I kept because of course I like it a lot. I've seen a few of them since then. There's also a Rocket Bunny version of this car that has big fender flares and stuff on it, but I like the classic Datsun Z car look. And that's everything that's in this level. There are more cars that I've kept that are scattered throughout the rest of my parking structure. And as I get things organized and moved around, I will try to show you guys those things as well. But most of these too, I don't think I really need to do anything to them, because I did chrome the wheels there. This one I didn't, but I think I changed the wheels that it came with. Can't remember now. And this one I left black. I chromed those. Stupid pillar. Chromed these. These are not the wheels that this car came with. This is the rim Bowen. And you can paint them, and it's got this chrome hubcap, and you can see the paint of the rim through the hubcap. I think it looks really good on this car, so I kept that. The standard Mercedes wheels I didn't chrome. I just left those the way they were. This car I took in, because I hadn't chromed the wheels before, and I brought it back into the garage so I could take the rims off and chrome everything and put it back on. Same thing with the Fury, that's done. These I didn't chrome because I don't think it would look good with, this looks pretty stock, like that. Now the RX-7 and the Fairlady Z, I probably should do something with those wheels, because these are actually both cars that have been in my collection for a long time. So I need to probably make some changes to sort of match up with what I'm doing now. But anyway, that's it for another time. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Okay, so we don't have anything to work on. We have to fix that. Well, it's always a bad sign when you come into the junkyard and there's no cars immediately visible. Oh dear. Nothing back here. Nothing in the front. Nothing in here. Hey, there's a DB5. I'll definitely buy the DB5. We may just go ahead and do that if there's nothing else interesting in here. What is that? That's the Bugatti, I think. And you're a DB11. This is a mod. I don't like. Well, they're both mods. I don't like this one as much as I like the DB5, though. How much are you? 36 grand. I think the DB5 was like 100 and something. 156. And this is $1 million car here. That's the Mercedes 560. Yeah. This is that carbon fiber Bugatti Eb110. Not a bad car. I'll probably go ahead and buy it too because it sells for a lot of money. And that's the Atlanta, the wannabe El Camino. And what are you? Alfa Romeo. Oh, this is a mod I downloaded recently. 155 Q4 race kit. Now that's weird. Okay, I don't usually do race cars, but this is new to me. And that will be something worth looking at. That's a 928. 10,000. It doesn't sell for a lot. I like the 928 an awful lot. This is one of my favorite Porsches, and I do have one of these in my collection. But I don't think I'm going to buy that one. I definitely want the DB5. What was that, 156 grand? And then we're going to buy this Bugatti because it's worth too much money to leave it sitting here. 311 grand on this car. I think there's one that isn't the carbon fiber lit edition version. That's a little bit. I mean, I think that's like the third one of those that I've bought, and I don't think I have ever found one besides the lit edition, the carbon fiber one. Let's put you like so. And we're going to do this one now because this is different. Okay, cool. So that's 3 cars. Worth a lot of cash too. Okay, so yeah, this is good. Let's move you there. We'll move you here. That guy can stay there. And we'll quickly go through and weld and clean up everything. I'll do them all, even though I'm not going to work on all of them at this moment. It amuses me too how you can weld a carbon fiber car and fix it. Curious now too, because we paid what, 350 grand for this car, and then now it's worth 679 grand, $679,000 now, just after cosmetically fixing it up, and it's not even fully cosmetically fixed up. This was 150 grand before, 242 grand now. We will definitely make plenty of money on these. Let's see, go home, and then you. This is probably... Okay, let's get all the body parts off this thing. I just hope this isn't one of those ones where the body parts are messed up. So, okay, it has a seat front seat and steering wheel. That makes sense. I got the battery out already, didn't I? Yeah, pretty sure I did. Let's see what we can fix. So we didn't fix that. Got the brake servo. Got the ABS pump. Radiator A. Have no idea which fan it's going to take. I suppose I should have guessed it would be this one, though. What was that other thing? Air filter base I4B. I hope this isn't one of those ones that if I put it in here, it won't let me take the engine out. Okay, battery should be done by now. Oh man, I should have gone ahead. I should have just gone ahead and bought a plate there. Of course, this is a race car, so I don't know if it's gonna even. You know what? I just saw a body part there. Come on. Is there one on this side? No. There must be a. Yep, there's a pump in there. I think this is a car that doesn't have any exhaust either. It has that. And there's no, let's see, this turbo. I'm gonna need that. Okay, so let's get the body put back together. So what's this thing called? Alfa Romeo 155. Okay, so hopefully I don't see different kinds of windows, so we should be alright there. And no, wait a minute. Rear right fender B, left tail light C. This is going to be one where I'm going to have to be careful to match everything properly, or it will just drive me berserk. Oh, that headlight there. probably not anything I can fix either. Oh, maybe I can. Keep hitting escape. Play a different game for a while and forget everything I used to know. No front end. Left headlight. That was right headlight C, so presumably I need left headlight. That was what that was, wasn't it? I hope. Yeah. So what other body parts do we have? Pretty sure I have tail lights, and I have that back bumper, I think. Nope, I lied. What about doors? Okay, not terrible. We're at 53% with the stuff that we took off and repaired. Trunk C, front end C. Rear clamshell C, rear bumper C. So where are those? Rear clamshell C, rear bumper C. And what is that? Front clamshell. Front clamshell C, logically. Okay, so we need front left door, right rear door. Looks like there's only one set of fenders, so you don't have to worry about messing any of those up. Right side mirror, left side mirror. Okay, almost there. And it was seat 11, leather D, which is pretty much the standard racing seat. And the steering wheel rollet. Alright. I think we're just about there. I'm going to have to move it. Actually, I probably didn't have to do that, but it's fine. Need to go here anyway. Alright, that should be... Yep, the body's 100. Now let's see what we have for options here. Factory is that. Current is dark blue. Set it like that for the now. Nothing. Okay. So we're going to have to pick a color. I think I think this navy blue is not bad, but I think I'd like it to be brighter. That's more purple. I'd like to get, it's green. Something like that. It's not really what I was going for, but I guess I'll live with it. I think it looks marginally better than the dark blue, and definitely better than the factory color. It's too bad it doesn't have any liveries, though. It would seem like for a race car they would have a race-style livery for it. It has slick tires on it already. I can't imagine it's going to be very fast, though. It's only a 4-cylinder engine, even if it has a turbo. Oh, damn it. Clicked past what I wanted to be on. Now, I think those front tires might actually be wider than the rear. It looked like that momentarily there. Well, this is an all-wheel drive car, though. That front tire, well, maybe not. The front tire looked like, when I bounced over there momentarily, the front tire looked like it was bigger than the rear tire. And if this was just a front-wheel drive car, that might kind of make sense. But it's not, it's all-wheel drive. Or at least that's how this car is set up. I know nothing about this vehicle in real life. So, I mean, if it were all-wheel drive, you would think that it would be better as like a rally car. But you wouldn't do it slammed down to the ground like it is with slick tires. You know, for rallying, that wouldn't make any sense either. How big are those tires? 275 30/18. And they're all the same size. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. If the front tires were actually wider than the rear tires, I'd have to really pay attention, because that's completely counterintuitive from what we normally do. I just noticed that intercooler hiding over there. Didn't pick that up before. this is going to be one of those ones where this is going to be a lot of up and down, I think, when we get to reassembly. Because the transmission is, the engine is in the engine compartment sideways, and the transmission is kind of wrapped around one end of it there. Because it doesn't have the transfer case. Or I guess it does. No, it doesn't have the transfer case like some of the other all-wheel drive cars do. And there's no starter on it. How much of this engine is here? Looks like there's a lot on it. There's no oil pan though. And no bearing caps underneath. Get that rusty hunk of junk out of there. Okay, I'm gonna dismount these tires. I'm gonna try to reuse these rims if I can. I'll paint them too. That's only 9% on that one. Not gonna save that one. %20 is borderline. 7%. I bet we're going to be lucky if we get one of those rims back. Okay, so I need to process what I've got here. Got too much crap in my inventory at the moment. These are all 275, 30, 18. $6,800 for that. Okay, get rid of this stuff. Gonna need front shock absorber A. And then while we're at it, clean up the other stuff that we're going to need. 8 small bushings. $12, $13, $14, $15, $16 full-size bushings. Okay, so get rid of these now. I think I'm going to just go ahead and flush the brakes and buy all new brakes. Okay, what else do we have? The sway bars. Front sway bar, rear B. So that was the regular front sway bar, rear B, 2 A's and 2 of those. There we go. we're not gonna, I think most of this stuff is just junk. 2 front, 2 rear, 4 bearings, 2 threes. And then it's probably going to be front axle knuckle covers for the front. I wonder where those are. 20%. Let's get the rear suspension together, because I know I'm going to need all that stuff. And I am not sure which shock absorbers it had in the back, because I wasn't paying attention when I took them off. Rear shock absorber A. Okay. And all this stuff that I'm buying right now is stuff that's not repairable for the most part. Though you can repair like the clutch plate for some reason, I don't know why. 13% on the drive shaft, probably not going to get that back. That should get us down to the potentially repairable stuff at this point. Now anything that's a single digit we're not going to get, so I'm not going to bother. Wrong store. And that was rim 41. And then anything that's in the teens is borderline. Generally, in my experience, we don't really repair anything that's less than 20%. Sometimes you get lucky. Let's see, 15%. So anything that was less than that, we're not going to get back. I think that first one failed too. I only saw 3 things fail. Didn't get that drive shaft, didn't get the gearbox, which is a pity. I4 4x4, you should be right there. Lower suspension arm, front steering knuckle A. I think that was a rear drive axle. Buy a starter too while I'm thinking about it, so I don't forget later. Rear suspension arm. Okay, that's all the chassis parts. I'm gonna get these wheels. I'm gonna chrome these out. I think it'll be okay. You can always tell the difference between the repaired rims and the new ones, because the new ones are always already 100%, and the repaired ones, the brightness is always 0. That should be all 4 of them. I think if you think of this car as like a weekend dragster, I think that will be something that somebody built in their garage, take out to the track on the weekends. I have a feeling it would be, I think it'll work out if I think of it that way, as opposed to, you know, an all-up car with sponsors and everything. Oh, that's everything. I don't usually bother with doing those because I like to do cars that I like to do cars that I can sell. And race cars generally you don't really think of selling them to people to drive unless you're selling them to like a collector. This sort of works in my head if I think of it as being like somebody commissioned me to build them a car for the drag strip, and this is what they provide, and they wanted to use this. Let's do it that way. Because I probably, if it were left up to me, wouldn't have done this car. Use something else like a Camaro or something. Or even a Roadrunner. Lately I've seen online, there were a couple of barn find Roadrunners. There was a 1969 Roadrunner that was found in a barn, and the car is, I mean, it was in amazingly good shape for sitting for 30 years, however long it was sitting there. And it wasn't in a barn like, you know, out in the field. It was, you know, in a garage, but it had been parked and basically forgotten about for 30-something years. And the car was in such good shape. It had hardly any corrosion on it. Had all the original decals. All the serial numbers on the body matched. It was unreal. It was like, my God, look at that car. It didn't run. And all the tires were flat because they had stored it sitting on its wheels instead of on jacks. But it wouldn't take a whole lot to get that car up again. And I think that it was offered for sale for $100,000 just as it is. And it's like, wow, that would be an amazing car to have. And even if you just, I mean, I don't even know if I could do a tear down and rebuild on a car like that. It's just too perfect. Definitely take the engine apart though. Fix everything, replace everything, make it run. I mean, there's some stuff I think you'd have to do for safety's sake. Go through the electrical system, go through the fuel system, go through the braking system. But you could turn that into just an absolutely magnificent car. Definitely wouldn't do one of those crazy conversion things with it, though. I saw another Roadrunner, where they had put in an enormous engine in it, and it had a fiberglass hood with big scoops on it. And it was like, oh, that's not at all what I want in a car. And we won't be able to get all this done until the engine is back in it. Probably get the hubs and brakes on, and then it'll make me wait because it needs the axles to go into the transmission. Need to remember to buy that. They didn't have a performance version of it, which surprises me. There's a lot of things that still aren't in the performance store that you would think should be there. That's something that I think that, I mean, it doesn't really look like it would be that difficult. I mean, I don't know anything about modding this game, I've done some modding work on other games, but I don't know how this one works. But it would seem to me that somebody could mod in, you know, the performance versions of stuff that isn't already there. That's front exhaust section A. Front exhaust section A, I4B. Yeah, I already looked. I want to make sure. I mean, I looked in here before and they didn't have it. This is everything for I4B, and that exhaust section is not there. This is where we are now. What do we got? 44 grand. Paid about 10 for it. It's not going to be worth a whole lot of money. I'm expecting at this point. Oh, for fricks. Sometimes it's like you can't get the part to come off if you don't do it in exactly the right order. But some of them don't make sense. Tell me you don't have... You do have caps. There just aren't any there. Oh, is this the one that has the timing in the back? It is. Okay, so I need 3 of those and 4 of the other ones. There was an i4 power steering pump. Spark plugs. I think there were camshafts as well, yep. Okay, what else do I need to get here? I think I actually have another belt tensioner. Yeah, for some reason I have one in my inventory already. Which one was that? It was that. Water pump I4B, probably be able to repair that, I think. 2 roller A's, pulley for I4. Wait a minute. I4. Yeah. For a second I looked at that and couldn't remember why I was there. Gonna need that cam gear. That engine block we're gonna need to buy. Okay, let's see what we can fix at this point here. Okay, I only saw one thing fail there. That's fine. So scrap value for that is $4. Repaired is worth 125. Same thing with the alternators, $100. Power steering pump, $75. Engine head is $700. That's totally worth doing. Engine block I4B. Okay, I know I don't have everything, but I have enough to get going. It looks like oil I4 probably. It might be I6. No, oil I4. And everything else has been I4B, so I'll go with that. It's been a while since I've built one of these engines. And this is going to be, I mean, it's got a brand new block. So it's going to be largely a new engine. Crankshaft is used. But the whole running heart of the engine is going to be brand new. Where's this? There it is. I was wondering where the sump plug was. Okay, I think this is the one that had. This one has a bunch of little fuel rails, yeah. I4B manifolds. So that's this one, and it isn't calling for the turbo one though. I mean, there's a turbo on here, but it doesn't want the turbo manifold, which is weird. What are you? Throttle V6B. I remember doing. I think I remember doing one of these now, with these fuel rails tucked in underneath here. It's going to be, let's see, timing chain I4B. It's been a while since I worked on one of these. I remember this. I do remember this. This setup with the timing on the back side of the engine. I need 8 of those. I assume I'm going to need coils as well. Engine head cover I4B. I think I have the timing cover already. Ignition coils. That should just about do us, I think. I don't mind doing these so much when it's a small engine. My God, man, some of the bigger engines that have 24 of these bearing caps to put on makes you want to just smash your mouse. Oh, totally not even done. And there's going to be another belt, probably another roller too. Just hit me. I4B belt. And it is that one. And that divot looks like a roller A to me. There we go. Make a quick turn around here. Looks like everything is where it's supposed to be. You know what? I should have opened the hood. Alright, so now I think that's going to have to go up. Yeah. Oh God, it's so long. Look at how the drive shaft is, they had to stretch the drive shaft to make it reach. Is that something else not hooked up? Oh, it was. For a second there I thought like that sway end link wasn't connected. I'm pretty sure, though, I'm going to have to drop the car. Can't see it. Yeah, see, accessible from engine bay. I don't know if this is the one that has the heat shield on it. I don't think it does. Need to put oil in it before I forget. Of course, if you do forget, it won't let you go to the dyno. But then that always makes me feel stupid. Okay, that should 100% it. Yep. Completely done. So it's only a, it has a turbo, but it is still only a 4-cylinder. I'm not even sure what the rating is on that engine. 532, probably 650 maybe? I can't imagine it's going to be very high. Whoa, made a liar out of me. Look at that. 843 is a lot higher than I expected. So let's get it over here so we can take a look at it. I am reasonably pleased with the color. And I think the rims look pretty good. I think it's going to look better outside. Of course, inside it looks pretty stock, except for the fact that there's no passenger seat, and there's a roll cage. Well, you can't see it from here. You have to see it from the outside. It actually does have a clutch. Yeah. So yeah, it's got a cage in it. The back seat isn't really there. It's just part of the. It's part of the body. Is there any? Is there? Can I open that? There we go. Nothing in there. Okay, let's. It's a race car. Let's see what it does. Why am I doing that? There we go. Okay. Yeah, it looks all right. The blue is not. The blue is nice. It seems like a missed opportunity that they don't have any kind of racing livery for it. Since I mean it's a race car, you would think it would have something on it, but since you can't do anything customized with the paint schemes in this game, this is what you're stuck with. Though with the slick tires on it, it should be just fine out here. Got off the mark fast. Over 100 miles an hour in like nothing flat. 100 miles an hour in 4 seconds. Okay, this is one I'd really have to tune. I mean, it's topped out at 156, and that's nowhere near what it's capable of doing, I think. Whoa, 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 what the hell? Okay, that. Holy smokes. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Our speed is going up because we're falling. Oh my lord. Whoops. There we go. Ah! Okay, let's get out of there. Okay, that was really weird. I mean, God, I was expecting the car to stop. I was expecting to pass through the end point and have the speed run finish, but instead we blew right through the wall and out into nothing. I've never seen that before. I don't know if, I mean, that's a really weird glitch. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I'm gonna have to look on the Steam forums and see if anybody else is reporting this, because this is really bizarre. But anywho, it drove really well. You know what? I'll bet that it would do pretty well on the racetrack. It has a lot of get up. I mean, it took off fast, and with the 4 slick tires, it had a lot of grip. I bet it would go around corners really well. What's it worth now? So we paid what, 10 or 15 for it, and it's 80, 95. Call it 95. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it. I'll probably find another one at some point. Yeah, 95, 8, 90, almost 100 grand. So that's not terrible. All right, cool. That was shocking. I did not expect that to happen on the speed track. That was just totally nuts. And that leaves me with these 2 cars, and this is like $3 million worth of cars sitting here when they're done. But I'll do those on my own, and I'll show them to you guys before I sell them. But that will wrap this one up. I think I need to go and sit down after tumbling out of reality like that. Oh God. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again here for our next Junkyard adventure. So on that note, bye for now.